Hey guys, for this video today, I will be doing a rant on the Vancouver Canucks brand spanking new alternate uniform, which they have dubbed as their quote-unquote heritage jersey, which they wore for the very first time tonight as I'm filming this against the Philadelphia Flyers. Now, I know it's a matter of opinion, but to me, I feel that the Vancouver Canucks have taken their 1970-71 season blue jersey and have made it worse. So, I definitely want to rant about this uniform because I really do believe 100% that the Canucks royally crapped the bed on this uniform. In fact, the only thing about the Canucks' new third jersey that I actually don't mind is their new stick and rink logo. I like how you can clearly see the C inside the stick and rink logo now. And although I do tip my hat to the Canucks and Adidas for making the angled hockey stick form a subtle letter V, clever, I agree with my one viewer, Andre. I don't like the new angled stick now that I've seen it on the Canucks jerseys in a game. I think that the stick should have been straighter, and it should have been the original style hockey stick that they had on the original stick and rink logo. I'm not sure if I'm fond of the new, more modern styled hockey stick myself, actually. I mean, it looks fine. I like the new logo, but I don't particularly love it. But anyways, let's take a look at what the Canucks uniforms basically looked like during the game tonight. Well, besides the big white monstrous eyesore of a collar that the Canucks have on this jersey, as well as that bright white stick and rink logo, which actually works on this jersey, and of course, those white numbers, which I actually have heard that they were a bit elongated for the purpose of more contrast for this jersey and to make them more legible to see from a distance. Well, I wonder why. That's what happens when you don't have enough contrasting elements on your uniform. Great idea, Vancouver. So, besides the bright white collars that stick out like a sore thumb, which actually the collar design, if the rest of the jersey had white elements on it, would actually work. But no. Bright white collar, bright white logo, white numbers, and white player names on the back, but absolutely no white on the jersey design itself. And honestly, I am really disappointed with this new third jersey for the Canucks. From a distance, it looks like a one-piece monochromatic uniform, and the Kelly green striping completely blends in. And it's really, really bad. And this is becoming a big, big problem with new NHL jersey designs since the Addy Zero era of Adidas NHL jerseys has begun. So, I mean, here's the thing about the Canucks' new uniforms. And with multiple new NHL third jersey designs created by Adidas since they started making the NHL's jerseys 2 years ago in 2017. What it looks like to me is that these uniforms are looked at on a computer screen and they're like, oh, wow, they look cool. Or they make the jersey prototype in real life and make the jersey an actual jersey before they show it to the public. And they go, oh, wow, up close, this looks amazing. But the problem is what does it look like from a distance? And clearly, in my personal opinion, NHL teams and Adidas have forgotten that NHL jerseys should not just look good up close. They should actually look good and be easy to see and have enough contrasting elements from a distance. And by the way, as I say what I've just said there, with the lack of contrast in cases like the Canucks' new third jersey, none of these new dark-on-dark third jerseys that look completely muddled and monochromatic, they don't look good to me anyway. They just don't. Now, Since the Vancouver Canucks have decided to keep their incredibly awful agency number and letter font, they did do the perforated numbers for their new third jersey to be like, or to pay homage to quote unquote raindrops. But I just want to say one thing. That was what the Canucks said, but according to one of the designers behind the Canucks' new third jersey, they designed the perforation effect on their numbers of their new third jersey to be based off of the waves of the city of Vancouver flag, or Vancouver's city flag. That's what I meant to say. That is what the perforation effect is supposed to be. But also, I mean, let's go back to the jersey designs and how it looks like they only look at them from up close and on a computer screen and say, hey, it's good enough. Well, here's the problem with that. On a computer screen, I mean, things look different than they do on the ice. So from a distance, for example, the San Jose Sharks' new stealth third jersey is so damn dark that it looks like they're basically wearing a black practice uniform. The teal stripes are super thin, and in between each teal stripe is supposed to be a dark gray. And it's actually supposed to have a computer circuitry board pattern embroidered in that striping, just in the same way that the Golden Knights have their state flower, I believe that's what it is, embroidered into the gold sleeves on their gold stripes on their jerseys. So the Sharks decided to do a case of monkey see, monkey do, and copy the Golden Knights by doing an embroidery effect on their sleeves, which in my opinion was actually cool. But here's the problem. Dark gray bleeds into black because black is darker than dark gray. So when you got dark gray on the arms, a dark gray stripe on each arm, or in the Sharks' case, a dark gray computer circuitry board embroidery pattern embroidered inside the sleeves, and a single thin teal stripe on either side of this embroidery, from a distance, you just can't see it. And the teal is dark and too thin to provide ample contrast. So that's why a lot of times, at least from what I see on TV, the Sharks' new third jersey, which I understand the intention of it was to be a stealth uniform, I get that, but that's why it basically looks like a solid head-to-toe monochromatic black practice uniform, because there's no contrast. I would rather have a stealth-esque jersey that at least has a bit of contrast. I don't know about you viewers out there, but that's how I feel. Now another team, the Tampa Bay Lightning. Oh, well, let's have some dark gray gradient type effect on our uniforms, on our new black third jerseys with gray letters on the back to make it even more dark on dark and quote unquote edgy. Ooh, it just looks like a bloody mess. I mean, Tampa, I tipped my hat to them for having their first original alternate jersey design in almost a decade when they brought it out. Actually, it was earlier this year in 2019. First time in basically a decade that they've actually had an original third jersey design. I don't know about you viewers out there, but that last black design that they had with the Bolts word mark diagonally on the front was a little too Los Angeles Kings for me. Matter of opinion, I'm sure, but to me, that's how I feel. So if you disagree, I understand. But to me, that's what I felt it was. And to me, I felt it was totally unoriginal whatsoever. Now, another team I want to vent on, the Carolina Hurricanes. I feel that their new third jersey is highly overrated. Personally, I think it's okay, but I don't love it. Dark gray shoulder yokes on black jerseys are going to bleed into the black. Up close, the dark gray with the red shoulder yoke piping and the black jersey design with the heathered red striping is really cool. But from a distance and on the ice, it does not look good whatsoever to me at all. When the players are skating around the ice and it's during live gameplay, I find that those dark gray shoulder yokes, even on a 4K television, tend to bleed into the black jersey base of the Hurricanes' third jersey. And it almost looks a lot of times when I'm watching the game like their jerseys are totally black, including the shoulders, that have red phantom shoulder yoke piping, just like what the Anaheim Ducks have on their god-awful home jerseys, which I still can't believe they're still wearing to this day, since they switched to them about 5 or 6 years ago as I'm filming this. Absolutely terrible. I mean, the Ducks home jersey. The Hurricanes jersey, up close, the dark gray on black looks really cool, in my opinion. And I tip my hat to the Hurricanes for trying something new and being creative. But I feel they've totally missed the mark. I mean, I heard that originally Carolina was actually considering doing the same uniform, but with a dark storm gray jersey base with a black shoulder yoke. That's what they should have gone with. Because black on dark gray contrasts. Look no further than the Vegas Golden Knights. The black accents on their dark steel gray home jersey look really good. The contrast is sufficient. The contrast looks really good. It creates a modern, unconventional look with a mix of traditional elements, and it actually works well. Is the Golden Knights home jersey my favorite jersey? By all means, no. But at least they've got the contrast part nailed. The gold stripes on the arms, the thin red stripes below those gold stripes to provide color and contrast. It works. These teams should take some notes if they're going to try dark on dark. We've even seen the Edmonton Oilers' new Halloween-inspired third jerseys, where they've got bright fluorescent orange on a navy blue jersey base, where it looks basically like Halloween on ice. Now, in the Oilers' case, you will be able to see the orange on the blue, and it's not going to bleed because orange is bright and the navy blue is dark. I know. Thanks, Captain Obvious. I'm sure some of you are saying right now, but seriously. But the problem with the Oilers' third jersey is that those two stripes on each arm are so damn close together and too thin. If they were thicker and spread apart, you would have ample contrast. And that's why I've said since the day I made my video about my thoughts on their new third jersey that I believe that the monochromatic orange on navy idea could actually be something really cool. But instead, they made something rather mediocre. Now we're going to have to see it for the next bunch of years. And I'm not looking forward to it. But hey, I mean, it could have been worse. At least as far as I'm concerned, it could have been worse, but honestly, I really feel like they really crapped the bed as well. And that's my venting about a lot of new third jersey designs created in the Adidas Adizero era. So let's go back to the Vancouver Canucks. Here's Brock Besser's agency fonts on his jersey that look horrible. The perforation effect, which, although I hate the agency numbers, the perforation effect, if they were going to keep them, I mean, the perforation effect at least gives this jersey something different and kind of cool, considering, I mean, in a perfect world, I would have a good-looking number font, so you wouldn't need something like this, or you wouldn't even want it. But in this case, I like it. And by the way, the perforation effect is supposed to pay homage to, is supposed to be based off of the Vancouver city flag, not raindrops, as the Vancouver Canucks said when they unveiled their new third jersey alongside their new updated home and away jerseys, which, in my opinion, overall are a slight upgrade over what they've had for a long time. But anyways, here's the point I want to make. Kelly green on royal blue. With white accents and white contrast, it could look good. But this does not. It looks muddled. And from a distance, as I've showed you guys earlier, in my opinion, it sucks. And by the way, I actually feel that up close it sucks too. What the hell am I talking about? But anyway, I just want to do one little thing here real quick. And it's this. Okay. I just want to make sure I give you viewers out there a chance to see the entire back of the uniform. So I keep saying dark green, my apologies. But Kelly green on royal blue without any white elements for contrast looks bad. Up close, it doesn't look as bad, but I still think it sucks. I mean, at the bare minimum, if they would have just had the thin white stripes where the blue space is between each Kelly green stripe and have put the white V's on the arms like the original 1970-71 season blue jersey, this jersey would actually be tolerable. Not only that, as I said in my video where I shared my thoughts on the Canucks' new uniforms for this season, I made a mock-up where the bottom stripe, whether it was on the arms or the waist or even the bloody socks, was white. This jersey's contrast would be way better, and it would actually be a nice jersey and possibly better than their current home jersey, which, whether with the new updates or not, I still don't care for it. And also, on top of that, put the V's back on the arms like they had originally. That was something that was distinct and cool and unique to Vancouver. I don't know. I don't get the mindset here. I feel that they took their original royal blue jersey from 1970 and made it worse. They quote-unquote modernized it just to be cool and to create something new, and I feel they crapped the bed on this. This just sucks. I mean, the only white you see here is on the collar, the Adidas logo, and the name and number font, or number kit on Besser's jersey. That's it. I mean, come on. And also another thing. To my one viewer, or Andre, I want to mention something that you mentioned to me. The white stick and rink logo on the royal blue jersey. Personally, I do like that better than the royal blue logo on the royal blue jersey. I know there's teams like the Islanders that have that, but they've got enough contrast there that I think it works. Now, in the Canucks case, this is why I've said for a while that I'd like to see them try a Kelly green jersey. My thought has been that a Kelly green jersey with a royal blue stick and wrinkle logo on the front would look a lot better and give you the nice ample contrast that you need. But anyways, that's just my thoughts on that. Now, if you're thinking that I'm done, I've actually got more that I want to show you guys real quick. And it's this. Okay, just bear with me for just a moment. I want to make sure I show you guys everything because I want to get this right. But anyways, as I've talked about throughout the video, you've got this bright white stick and wrinkle logo that contrasts with the royal blue perfectly. And you've got that bright white collar that sticks out like a sore thumb. If they had enough white elements on the rest of this jersey so it wasn't a big, giant, heaping, muddled, monochromatic mess, the collar and the logo would look great here. But they don't. In the Canucks case, they should have just made the collar completely royal blue with Kelly green piping to make it as drab and lame as the rest of the uniform. Those are my thoughts. Seriously, I think this uniform is lame. If you disagree, I respect your opinion, but I don't like this. This is terrible. I think the Canucks have royally made a mistake. And you know what? It's a shame because when Orland Kurtenbach, a few nights ago for the Canucks opening night ceremonial 50th anniversary pregame ceremony, or their pregame 50th anniversary ceremony before their opening night game a few nights ago against the Los Angeles Kings, their first captain in franchise history, Orland Kurtenbach, walked out onto center ice wearing an Adidas-fied version of the Canucks' 1970 white sweater, which they actually wore in the 2010-11 season as their 40th anniversary throwback. I don't know about you viewers out there, but I would have rather seen that as the quote-unquote heritage uniform worn for a few games this year, like the skate is, and actually have made the skate the third jersey. I think most people can agree that would have been way better than what the Canucks elected to do here. I mean, I'm sorry, but this is just horrible. In my opinion, this is the worst jersey in Canucks history in terms of third jerseys. And actually, I mean, it's one of the worst jerseys in Canucks history. That's definitely the part that I want to make clear in my opinion, because I mean, I'm sorry, but I'm really not a fan of what the Canucks have done. I'm sorry, but I feel that they royally crapped the bed here. It overall looks completely terrible. And if they would have just added white accents, this could have actually been a nice uniform, in my personal opinion. And it's a shame. It really is a shame. And it frustrates me because, the Canucks continue to insist on the Orca. And on top of that, well, their new third jersey sucks too. I can't rant about this enough. It's a terrible, terrible uniform. It's muddled. And the green sometimes looks like it's not even there from a distance. It bleeds into the royal blue jersey base so badly. Goodness me. Who thought this was a good idea? This is yet another horribly mediocre design created in the Adidas Addy Zero era. And it's not just Adidas to blame. It's the teams approving this crap that are also to blame. Vancouver, I'm talking to you. Tampa Bay, I'm talking to you. Carolina, I'm talking to you. In the Sharks case, well, them in Carolina too, they're okay. I'm not a fan of the Sharks stealth jersey, but since it is labeled as a stealth jersey, I understand what they were going for. But as I say that, I love the logos on their third jersey. I just don't like how plain their jersey is and how sorely lacking in contrast it has. Or how lacking in terms of contrast it is. Or how much it's lacking in contrast. Sorry, I've had trouble wording it. I worked a 10-hour shift at work today, so my brain is clearly starting to get a bit fried at this point. But, I'm sorry. Even the Hurricanes third jersey, if you like it, all the power to you. But I'm sorry. For a fashion or for a jersey to wear around the house and to look at up close or wear to games and stuff, it's a cool jersey up close. But when the players wear it on the ice, you can't see it. You can't see the shoulder yoke a lot of times. And at least that jersey actually where bright red on black contrasts and there's white numbers and white letters on the back. So, the Canucks have that too, but red on black works because red is brighter than black. Kelly green and royal blue in the Canucks case have either slightly different to equal amounts of brightness in their hues of color. So bright on bright, it's hard to tell them apart. And you know what? When you see Kelly green on royal blue without any white striping or accents whatsoever, it is going to be a disaster. And I'm sorry, but when the only white parts of your uniform are the numbers and names on the back of the players' jerseys, the big, fat, round, ugly, white Addy Zero collar, and their logo on the front are the only contrasting elements on that jersey, you've got a problem. And actually, if the Canucks had contrasting white stripes on their uniform, the collar would actually be a clean collar design. And I'm actually disappointed that the Canucks did not fix their collars when they tweaked their home and away jerseys. Why not have a solid white collar on the home jersey and have a solid royal blue collar on the away jersey with white or even Kelly green piping, or hell, even a white collar on the away jersey with royal blue piping? Oh my goodness. Sorry to be going on for 25 minutes here, but the Canucks' new third jersey is horrible. It's so bad. But anyways, guys, I'm done ranting. I would love to hear what other people think about this uniform because I think it sucks. And honestly, I know the Canucks mid 1990s gradient heavy red skate jersey was a crazy design, but you know what? I don't care. I think that jersey was actually kind of cool. And by the way, at least it had some bloody contrast. Goodness me. But anyways, you guys, I think their new third jersey is the worst third jersey in Canucks history. For sure. And you know what? I would not be surprised if people make an argument that their new third jersey could even be the worst jersey in Canucks history. But anyways, I mean, obviously that's a matter of personal opinion, and I think I've seen worse than their new third jersey. Just saying, but obviously it's a matter of personal opinions, eh? But anyways, you guys, I'm going to call it a wrap on this video now. I hope that you guys have enjoyed this video. And on that note, take care. And of course, as always, bye for now. And once again, I'd love to hear what other people think about this because I think their new third jersey sucks. Anyways, guys, that's a wrap for me.